Hi, I'm Alicia and welcome to the Mintay Papers YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing the front cover of a book. It's a notebook that I've decorated, and for this project I used the Country Fair collection by Mintay. I wanted to have a little space where I could add in some dreamy photos of my backyard and my pool that I'm going to have in the future. You can see here that I purchased this book from Kmart. It cost me $3. I'm using the 6x6 notebook, scrapbooking notebook by Country Fair, and I'm just using one page from that book. I've torn the paper into strips. I really like that blue and white gingham paper, and I've also got that lovely floral paper on the reverse. So in one 6x6 paper, I'm decorating this notebook. Because the colors of the notebook are actually matching the collection, I don't need to decorate the whole page. I'm happy to just complement the colors that are already on the front cover of the book. So I'm just gluing down those little strips in a vertical and a horizontal manner with a crisscross. Just tearing the edges. This is very simple, a very simple technique to just add a little bit of color onto the canvas. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of the floral paper on the reverse side on top, one going vertically and then the second one going horizontally to create that crisscross effect, it's a really good way to layer color onto a page. You can use that for a layout or a card. And you can see I've got the paper die cuts here, so I'm not doing any fussy cutting for this project. I just wanted it to be easy. I didn't want to spend a lot of time fussy cutting for this project, so I'm using the die cuts. I know some people don't like fussy cutting, they just prefer to use the die cuts. So the die cuts are there for those people that aren't in the mood for the fussy cutting at this time. I'm going to use some recycled cardboard because I want to give my project some height and some depth. I want the layers, there's going to be a lot of layers in my project, and I want the layers to stand out. This is just a personal book for myself. I was in two minds about when I was making this book whether I would give this away or whether I would keep this for myself, but because we are doing our backyard this year and I've been trying to collect photos of gardens and pools and landscape ideas, I wanted a place to put all of this in so that my ideas are all in the one spot. And when people come and talk about the garden, I can show them exactly what I would like to achieve. So I felt that this Country Fair paper worked well with a backyard notebook, but you could use it as a gardening journal or any type of journal. So I've got the little garden shed there, and I've got the hydrangea flowers just sort of popping out from behind the shed. And I'm looking, there's so many different die cuts that you can use in here. There's a lovely leaf die cut. I'm going to add that leaf in, just in behind the hydrangea flower. I've also chosen some green crinkly ribbon. I feel that green is one of the major colors of this collection, being in nature, a garden sort of collection, and a little bit of white lace, some pretty green flowers that I might position there at the side. And just looking through and finding, there's some, I don't know what those flowers are called, but they're very pretty. They're a nice red color. So I'll put a little bit of cardboard on the back of those and add them to the front of the garden shed. What else have we got? There's a little old-fashioned watering jug, which could look cute. I'm going to add in some more leaves here. I like these leaves. I like them at the back of all my layers. Let's glue down the little shed. I'm happy with the shed. Might add a little bit of cheesecloth because cheesecloth really gives an extra texture to the layers. So I'll just put a bit of glue down there and then add a bit of glue onto the back and pop that down. So you can see by adding in that cheesecloth in between the two layers of die cuts, it just gives you a little bit more depth and interest. Perhaps I can use a couple more flowers. This is sort of like an orange flower. These colors are pretty unusual for me to work with. It's not, I don't usually choose this wide variety of colors to work with, so it's nice to try something a little bit different. I'm going to glue those petals on. If this was going to be a gardening journal, how perfect would the gardening word be from the die cuts? Like, that is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful font. It's really, really nice. I was so tempted to use that word. I then saw this cute little, it's like a little bird cage with plants in it, and I thought that's really cute. So maybe we can add that on to our little cluster here. I built that up quite high now. That's getting quite high. Let's glue on our lace, our ribbon, and our flowers. Put them in there. It's starting to take shape. How about another flower? Now this is a completely different color, so I'm really sort of going out of my comfort zone here with the colors that I've chosen. I've got a yellowy orange flower, I've got green flowers, I've got blue flowers, and then I've got the red flowers from the die cut. So really different color palette for me. It's a very colorful design. I wanted to add a little bit of this natural twine into my little collage of pictures and flowers and all my layers, because, you know, it has that sort of natural garden feel to it. So I made a little bow and glued that underneath the orange flower. I found some little gold leaves. I wanted to add some metallic gold leaves into my little collage to add some more texture, to go with the garden theme, and to add some color as well. Just slipping them in under some of the other different layers. And then I've got these little gold centers for my flowers that I'm just going to glue them on. That just gives my flowers a little centerpiece. See how I'm still thinking about that gardening word? Half of me was thinking this would be perfect for my mum to use in the garden. She's a really keen gardener. You know, maybe I should give this to her for her birthday. But I think in my heart of hearts, I wanted to keep it for myself. And so that's why I didn't use that gardening font there, but I do love that font. And another little twine bow. I'm trying to fit that in somewhere. I just think they're cute little bows. Another hydrangea. Hydrangeas are one of my favorite flowers. They're so beautiful. My mum actually has lots of hydrangeas in her garden in pots, and they are beautiful. Still trying to find a little spot for that twine bow. I'm trying to balance out my design so that it's symmetrical a little bit on both sides. Adding in a little bit of cheesecloth. Adding in another piece of like a floral cluster there, right in the middle. Another layer, and then the cute little plants in the cage. I think that looks the nicest. Thinking of a spot for this extra green ribbon, maybe. Just add in. I like the green because it sort of symbolizes the garden to me. Do that in there. A little bit more lace, maybe not. Finally, I added a little wooden sentiment. I chose the word dream because of the pictures that are going inside this little book. Really, this will be the pictures are the dream, and hopefully they will be created into reality or given ideas for the real backyard. So that's why I decided to use the word dream. It's appropriate for this book. Just adding in those cute little red flowers. I thought I'd add some gold kindy glitz to the word because I've already used gold on the gold leaves and the gold flower centers, so I've added gold into the color scheme. And that is the completed journal. This was a really fun project to create. If you haven't had a chance to just buy a cheap journal at the shops and decorate it with flowers and Mintay papers and die cuts, you really should give it a go. It's fun. It's a really fun, inspiring project for the new year. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'd like to say thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Mintay Papers YouTube channel and have a lovely crafty day.